Hi everybody, welcome down to Carter's Golf, welcome to Dubai, and today's video is all about chipping from a tight lie. Now, if you have ever played golf out here in Dubai, you will know that the golf courses, the grass is very fine. So the fairways are firm, we don't get much rain, and the grass is very short. So we are often playing and chipping off tight lies. Now, if you're in the UK, this is something you're going to deal with in the summer, and the US, obviously depending on seasons, etc. So wherever you're watching this, no matter what's during your kind of hot season, you're going to have to deal with this type of lie, and they are brutal, they are difficult. It is so easy to fat a shot on these lies. We try so hard in our mind as well, psychologically we try so much so to get ahead of the ball, to make sure we hit ball before ground, or make sure that we don't kind of thin the ball. I think sometimes we almost try so hard that we actually encourage a bad strike. So we're going to talk today about some of the don'ts and then some of the do's of this shot. Alright, this is an absolute classic, and I see this all the time, and in particular this is aimed at one of the guys I taught yesterday, scratch golfer, and he's just moved out to Dubai, struggling with the tight lies, and every single time he got onto one of these shots he's tried so hard to get ball first that the body weight starts to move more and more towards the left side, so he's getting too far ahead of the ball, and the leading edge of the club was just digging down into the grass. Okay, so as you can see from that shot, everything is so lent forward, everything is so much in the mind of let's hit down on the ball, get the ball first. We've got a lofted club, so it's not going to come out very high because you're de-lofting it when you do so. But what you are doing is you're taking out the whole back of the club. There's no bounce in the club. All that's going to happen is the hands are going to get so far ahead of the ball, the body weight's so far ahead of the ball, club's so far behind that the only thing the club can do at the last second to try and hit the ball is dig down. Now sometimes it comes off and it comes out really low, that kind of low skiddy shot up the green, very little control of spin and distance, but also the most common shot is catching too much of the ground as you're on your way back down. The leading edge of the club just goes down and down and down, and the ball literally, as you saw in that demonstration, will go a couple of yards ahead of you. Also, if you don't quite get to the ground before you've got to the ball, so your body weight's moved so far ahead of the ball that actually you hit the shot where you kind of thin it. So you kind of hit, you're so far ahead, your hands are so far ahead, the club's not ready to hit the ball, and you hit the middle of the ball. That shot again, so detrimental for when you're so short, so close to the green, you could easily walk off with bogey or double bogey or even worse as well. Okay, so for sure that is one big don't when you're actually doing your chip shot. Also the opposite, we see a lot where golfers are trying to get under the ball, trying to create height so the ball stops quite quickly when it gets onto the green, and your natural instinct is going to be to try and get under the ball. How do golfers get under the ball? Two ways. We try to flick the wrist at it, so use the wrist and try and slide the club underneath, or a lot of golfers will lean back. Now a lot of this, they'll probably know not to do that, but it's just subconscious. You're trying to get under the ball. Now this is the one thing I'd say, never try to get under the ball. Okay, try to think about how to optimize the strike. Now if we're playing off a tight lie, there's not much grass under the ball, there's not very much to get underneath the ball is just going to be hard ground. So we need to be coming into the ball from an angle of attack that's not too much down, because that's going to be leading edge, but also not that's too much kind of too shallow or too up almost, because you're just going to bounce it into the back of the ground and potentially thin it or catch the ground first. The classic finish position is when you've got the hands hinged. You just kind of see on that video, the hands start to do this through impact. That's a classic I see all the time of golfers trying to slide the club underneath the ball, and at the same time, where's the body weight starting to finish? It's starting to finish on the back foot. Now that's another big don't when it comes to chipping in general, whether it be from a tight lie or not. But we want to be trying to make sure that the angle of attack into the ball is kind of optimized so good that we do kind of gather the ball on the way through. And the two things that those kind of techniques have in common is that there's very little rotation. One's a forward movement and one's a backwards movement. Okay, one's got the hands ahead of the ball, one's trying to flick the club ahead of the hands. So both neither have any sort of rotation in the swing. The technique is going to be using the hips. So as we start to take the club away, I'll be looking at getting approximately a 120 degree angle here between the lead arm and the club. Never really want to see a golfer hinge it too much, because now from this position, you've got a lot to do. You've got to really try and unhinge the club fast. Okay, you can get it right, it'll look amazing, the ball will go really high as well, but the majority of the time you're going to struggle to get it right. So we're looking at a 45-degree hip turn effectively, and a 120-degree angle with the club face, with the left arm and the club. Now on the way down, we're going to be rotating, turning the hips, turning the torso, turning the shoulders, delivering the arms, the wrists and the club back to the ball, rather than the arms kind of delivering the body back to the ball. So the body's going to be leading. So we've got that hinge, we're going to turn, okay? And one of the things I like to see from this shot is the club face kind of pointing back at me, okay? So I know that I've maintained the loft. If you see the ground just kind of coming up as I hit this shot, now that's not the leading edge hitting the ground. Otherwise, the club would be going in like this. The club would be digging. Oh, sorry, greenkeeper. The club would be digging if the lead edge hits it. What's hitting it is the bottom of the club, the bounce of the club. So that's just nipping the top edge of the grass, and the lead edge then with the grooves is going to take the golf ball. So one of the things we're going to be doing on setup is keeping the body weight into this left side. I'm not going to open the club face, because if I open the club face and increase the bounce, I'm putting the lead edge higher up the ball, which again is going to encourage that thin shot. So I'm keeping the club face neutral. I've got 58 degrees here, it's plenty. Weight's on my left side. Shaft of the club's not leant forward again, because that's going to encourage the lead edge to dig. So the shaft of the club is kind of a 90-degree angle to the ground. As I swing back, a 120-degree angle there with the arms and the club. I'm just letting the lower body rotate through. I'm going to hold into a finish position where this left arm and club, there's a very, very slight angle, but not very much at all, and the club face is pointing back at me. Pretty good shot. So I've kind of allowed the hands to work a little bit during the shot. I've got my lower body moving. I've got my swing kind of still coming to around about waist height. Managed to maintain an approximate 120-degree angle. And then on the way down, just really releasing everything through the shot, releasing the lower body and releasing the hands as well. No divot taken. Ball popped up into the air, and it's finished quite close as well. Right guys, so as you can see, using the body is absolutely key in this shot. Even though we're only about 10 yards short of the flag, from a tight lie, I'm still using pretty much everything. Using my wrists, my shoulders, my arms, my hips, my legs. Still a lot of footwork going on in the through swing as well. So really important to kind of to make sure you are still utilizing your whole body to make a good contact on the shot. Even managed to hold one there for you as well. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like button, subscribe. Leave me a comment below. Is there any more content that you want to see? And obviously with the current situation at the moment, everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you very much for watching. Appreciate your time. We'll see you again very soon.